top stories. Will the borough of Jim Thorpe keep the remains of the man the town is named for? Gary Perna has more.
This evening, residents from Jim Thorpe came out to a public meeting to hear what the borough's options are when it comes to a ruling that was handed down to the judge involving the remains of the athlete and the namesake of their town.
Has to decide if they're going to comply with the court's order or if they're going to appeal to the Third Circuit. You have to remember, from the borough's point of view, this is the first case that says that the federal government can tell a family where they want the child to be buried. In this case, their father to be buried. That's really what this is all about. There was a family decision. Now a tribe in Oklahoma wants to yank Jim Thorpe out of Jim Thorpe against the wishes of the first and third families of Jim Thorpe. The borough has to decide if they're going to appeal that or where they're going to go with it.
Bob said this case is complicated. Jim Thorpe was married 3 times and was divorced twice. The children from his second marriage are suing the borough. They are joined in the suit by Sac and Fox Nation of Oklahoma, a Native American tribe that Thorpe was a member of. But the families from the first and third marriage say, let him be. It was Jim Thorpe's third wife that had an agreement with the borough to have his body buried in Jim Thorpe. Mayor Michael Solfranco told us that many of the people he spoke with say do what's best for the borough.
I think when you speak to people, the average person out there is kind of like, do what's best for the borough, do what's best for the financial side of the borough. Obviously, they don't want the borough to be tied up into many, many bills, I should say thousands of dollars. But on the same token, I think they also agree that what was promised here 60 years ago, the residents of Jim Thorpe have upheld that promise. And what our forefathers and ancestors see, they want to continue to see going on, within reason.
Francis O'Donnell lived here his entire life. He remembers when Monk Chunk and East Monk Chunk came together to be Jim Thorpe.
Good. For the betterment, yes. It joined the 3 towns together, got everything down in Central. It was rivalry, friction between the towns.
Even the youngest members of the community came out and asked for the remains of Jim Thorpe to stay here.
As a group, we adamantly oppose the ruling on several grounds. First, we are appalled that anyone wishes to disturb Mr. Jim Thorpe's peaceful rest, echoing the sense of Mr. Michael Kohler, Mr. Jim Thorpe's grandson. We agree that Mr. Jim Thorpe has been through enough disturbances during his lifetime alone, and that moving the body back to Oklahoma would be even more detrimental to his soul and memory. He has rested here for nearly 60 years, and while here he has been properly honored and respected by our own town.
If the borough decides to appeal the court's decision, this case could wind up in front of the Supreme Court.
Jim Thorpe Borough Council has until May 10th to make up their mind on whether to appeal the ruling handed down by the judge. Reporting for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. A former assistant pastor at St. Joseph's Church in Hazleton and faculty member at the former Bishop Hoban High School in Wilkes-Barre has been convicted of child sex charges. Thomas Shobach was found guilty of abusing a former altar boy while he was a priest at St. Mary's Parish in Blossburg, not far from Towanda. Shobach was convicted of 7 counts of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse and 2 lesser charges. The abuse took place between 1991 and 1997. The Tioga County District Attorney says Shobach's sentencing will be determined once the Sexual Offenders Assessment Board completes its review. He was originally charged with 32 crimes, but most were too old under the statute of limitations. Shobach could face up to 100 years in prison. Well, we are about 3 weeks away from the primary election. While it's not a crowded ballot, there are some definite races. One is the Hazleton Area School Board. Tonight, the concerned citizens of Schuylkill County held a Meet the Candidates night for those in that race. It was at the Keystone Fire Company in McAdoo. We were there tonight. Tomorrow night, we will hear a bit from each of those candidates. The primary election is May 21st. The Mart's bus terminal on South Washington Street in Wilkes-Barre was emptied this morning when a suspicious package was found. That package was a backpack found near a trash can. Now, in light of the Boston Marathon bombings, there's a heightened awareness of potential problems. So city police and fire departments, the county sheriff's office, and EMA were all called. EMA coordinator Stephen Buchanan searched the backpack and found religious artifacts inside. Later, a man claimed it, saying he simply forgot it there. The terminal reopened in about 10 minutes. The prisoner who attacked and murdered a corrections officer at the state prison at Canaan in February has been moved. Jesse Conwee is charged with ambushing and murdering Eric Williams of Nanticoke at the prison north of Scranton. Conwee has been moved to the ADX Florence super maximum security prison in Colorado, known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies. The Federal Bureau of Prisons did not say why. ADX Florence houses more than 400 ruthless criminals, including some high-profile ones. Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, Oklahoma City bombing accomplice Terry Nichols, and September 11th conspirator Zacharias Moussaoui are all housed there. Conwee, a member of the New Mexican Mafia gang, had been moved from Canaan after the fatal attack on Williams. A prisoner at the Retreat State Prison near Nanticoke has been charged with stabbing a corrections officer there in November. State police say 36-year-old Hector Vargas Torres broke off a piece of a food tray to use as a weapon and stabbed a guard with it. The incident started with a fight between him and his cellmate, Ryan Berry. Police say Vargas Torres stabbed Berry with the shank, then turned it on a corrections officer when he jumped in to break it up. The officer got 2 puncture wounds and a 2-inch cut to the leg. Vargas Torres was arraigned on the new charges by District Judge Donald Whitaker. Governor Tom Corbett's remarks about drug tests by Pennsylvania employers has raised some ire. During the weekly taping of Ask the Governor on Radio Pennsylvania, Corbett was asked about job creation and why it's been sluggish in this state. He mentioned several reasons, one of them being employers having a hard time filling open slots because applicants fail drug tests. Many Democrats in the General Assembly jumped all over him, but some people came to his defense. Chamber of Business and Industry President Gene Barr said that is a complaint frequently heard from employers. And David Taylor, Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association, says Corbett was right on target with his comments. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but Congress is expected to act soon on a proposed immigration bill. It's been crafted by the so-called Gang of eight senators from both parties. Among other things, it expands work visas, allows immigrants to bring family members here under a family reunification clause, and sets up a so-called path to citizenship for those in the country illegally. There's a House version. 11th District Congressman Lou Barletta opposes it.
Offering a pathway to citizenship, offering amnesty to people who are in the country illegally while our borders are open will invite millions of people to come to the United States illegally as we speak, and we know for a fact that that is happening, and make matters worse here in the United States. There are 22 million Americans who are out of work, who cannot find work, and encouraging millions to come to take those jobs or compete for those jobs isn't fair to the American people who can't find a job.
Barletta says the bill has dire consequences for the country.
A recent study shows that doing what the Senate is proposing will cost the American taxpayers $2.6 trillion after the taxes are paid. So this isn't fair to the immigrants who are here, who are looking for jobs.
Now, the group Numbers USA says if the 9.5 million people in the country illegally take advantage of the proposal, should it become law, it will lead to 33 million new immigrants over a decade. Under current law, 15 million immigrants are allowed in the country in a decade. Well, this morning, Congressman Lou Barletta received the Award for Manufacturing Legislative Excellence from the National Association of Manufacturers. The award was given to him for his support of policies that were critical for the success of manufacturers in Pennsylvania.
Well, the award means a lot to me coming from the national manufacturers, and it was for a 100% voting record in issues that are important to manufacturing. And we all know that manufacturing jobs here in America are better paying jobs, they're family sustaining jobs, and we want to make sure that the United States remains the leader in the world when it comes to manufacturing, and I'm very proud that my voting record reflects how important that really is to the people back here at home in our district.
Barletta was presented with the award by She Company Plant Manager Tim Heidgardner. Today, Pennsylvania state troopers across the state took time to remember their fallen brothers. Our Gary Perna reports.
The Pennsylvania State Police was created by an act of the Pennsylvania General Assembly and was signed into law by Governor Samuel Pennypacker on May 2nd of 1905. The Pennsylvania State Police was the first of its kind in the nation. Today, all across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the more than 4,000 state police troopers and the more than 1,600 civilians that serve in many roles throughout the department took time to pay tribute to the members that have fallen in the line of duty.
Today we pause to honor the 94 members of the Pennsylvania State Police who have given their lives in the line of service to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Captain Hulk said every year the troop invites retired members back to help remember those who have fallen.
Every year we invite our retired members from the department back to participate in the memorial service and afford them the opportunity to read the Call of Honor, the names of those 94 members who have given their lives in the line of duty.
One trooper they remembered today was Trooper Joshua Miller, who was killed in 2009 in the line of duty in the Poconos.
On June 7th of 2009, Trooper Josh Miller lost his life in the line of duty as a result of engaging an armed suspect who had kidnapped his 9-year-old son at gunpoint. Trooper Josh Miller and Trooper Robbie Lombardo confronted and engaged that suspect and were ultimately successful in rescuing the child, but during the course of that gun battle, Trooper Miller lost his life.
Today, members of Troop N in Hazleton also remembered Trooper Roy Angler, who was a member of the patrol division at Hazleton, who was killed in an off-duty motorcycle accident. Father Francis Tambuno serves as the chaplain for Troop N. He believes this service is very important.
In an event such as the one we held today, this memorial service reminds us to hold dear the memory of those who gave their lives in sacrifice in the line of duty, and to treasure what they do for us, and never to forget the Pennsylvania State Police and this family of the Pennsylvania State Police and what they do.
Captain Hulk agrees.
The men and women of the Pennsylvania State Police willingly and without hesitation or reservation answer the call to duty. Each day they stand as a defense between what is good and what is evil in this world.
Everyone at WYLN would like to thank the members of the Pennsylvania State Police, past and present, for their service. At Troop N, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you very much, Gary. Well, the city of Wilkes-Barre welcomed 2 new members to the business community today, and officials hope they are the first of many. Wilkes-Barre officials and business owners hope it is the start of a brand new resurgence for the downtown. Today, the ribbon was cut on not 1, but 2 brand new businesses on South Main Street. We talked with Dory Marino, the owner of Shambhala, and Kelly Karazzi, the owner of Prana Yoga.
I feel wonderful about the grand opening. I think it's going terrific. I had the store in Scranton, in the Steamtown Mall, and brought it back to Wilkes-Barre. I'm from Wilkes-Barre, so I just feel like I came home. And it feels like that. I feel like I came home.
People are stressed. You know, it's a stressful world, and for them to have a place to come to just kind of decompress and chill I couldn't be happier. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Among those in attendance for today's two grand openings, John Mayday, Membership Services Coordinator for the Greater Wilkes-Barre Chamber of Commerce and an official with the Downtown Wilkes-Barre Business Association.
It's been coming back over years. We know it's going to take a little time, but the opportunity for two unique shops such as this, who have roots in Scranton, Prana Yoga. Kelly has another shop in Scranton. She opened one down here. Specifically because of Joe Amato's involvement now with the University Corners project. So he encouraged her to do this. And then Dory Marino with Shambhala, she spent 15 years at the Steamtown Mall in Scranton. She decided to relocate here. So this is good. It's two Scranton businesses. You know, you hate to say they're lost but our gain, but that's what it is.
And if you're wondering what these brand new businesses offer,
people call the store the hippie store. That's what they traditionally call it. And I guess because I wear tie-dye and there's a lot of tie-dye in the store, it's an easy way to go. But I sell a lot of other things. There's silver jewelry and incense, candles. I have a lot of imports. I have djembe drums. Import from Bali, from Thailand, from Nepal. I've done some traveling and brought some beautiful things back with me.
The business is yoga studio, levels for all students. We just want to welcome everybody. We want everybody to come take a class, not be intimidated. And we're a donation studio. So what that means is we ask for $10 a class, but you can pay whatever you can afford. We just want you to come.
Mayday said with the traffic from 3 nearby colleges, along with the movies and more, he is encouraging other business owners to consider the downtown.
This is just excellent for the downtown, but not only for the downtown, but also for the region. Because as Wilkes-Barre grows, so does the region. After all, it is the county seat and gets a lot of attention.
Shambhala is open Monday through Saturday, 11 till 6 at 41 South Main Street, and Prana Yoga is located at 66 South Main Street. For more information and hours on classes, visit their website at pranayogadunmore.com. And we say congratulations to both on their new store openings. Finally tonight, archaeologists say that colonial settlers at Jamestown, Virginia resorted to cannibalism. William Kelso, the chief archaeologist at the Jamestown Rediscovery Project, he says his team unearthed the skull of a 14-year-old girl, which suggested that she had been cannibalized, though it also appeared already dead at the time. The Jamestown settlers were the first English settlers in North America in 1607 and had a rough start. During the winter of 1609 to 1610, 240 of the 300 colonists died in what they called the starving time. That's when they were under siege and had no way to get supplies. It's not clear how many deceased colonists were cannibalized. Only 60 of 300 of the original colonists survived. New settlers in 1610 said they looked like skeletons. That is a look at tonight's stories. Well, nobody was complaining today about the weather forecast, and hopefully we could say the same for the rest of the week. Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center, and Joe, I bet you're getting pats on the back everywhere you go.
Yeah, Lisa, definitely a nice day today, and it's looking like it's going to be a nice-looking day for tomorrow. And what about the rest of this week and heading into the weekend? Will it be as nice as what we saw today? I'll let you know coming up next.
friendly people at Pantry Quick at the corner of Diamond Avenue and Cybert Streets in Hazleton for decades has been your first stop for lottery tickets, munchies, and soda. Now Pantry Quick is your first stop for 6-packs of your favorite beer. All the domestic name brands such as Budweiser, Coors Light, and Miller Lite, Landshark, and Yuengling. Pantry Quick also carries a large variety of imports and craft beers. Stop in today to Pantry Quick, now carrying all your favorite beers at the corner of Diamond Avenue and Cybert Streets in Hazleton.
Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, 80% lean ground beef, only $2.49 a pound. Taste the difference.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky treats, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
Well, it definitely was a very nice-looking day across all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania today, and this nice weather pattern will continue for the next several days, even as we head into next week. Now, you won't find any drops out there from Mother Nature, that is, falling from the sky, because it just doesn't exist. We have clear to mostly clear skies, so we have nothing to show. A live 35 Skycast Doppler, our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton. We're at 51 degrees, pressure coming in at 30.37 inches of mercury. And again, it has been dry, no measurable rainfall since the midnight hour. On our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for today, 65 actually is the average. We got up to 66. 42 is what we got to for the low. The average is 43. So we can say we were pretty much where we should be for this time of year, high and low-wise. No records were broken, 88 and 29. They are still in the record books, 6:01, 8:01, sunrise and sunset for the daytime hours of tomorrow. You see these temperatures past 24 hours, very nice for this time of year, upper 60s and lower 70s. Temperatures right now, it's going to get cool through the overnight hours once again, 49 in New Angola, 58 in Berwick, 53 in Shenandoah, 55 in Monomoy City, and 57 in Danville. Satellite and radar, we got this high pressure in control. It's going to continue to be in control, and as long as that's the case, won't have to worry about any precipitation. You'll see a few blips of green here, and there. Don't worry about them. Nothing's happening there. They are just some false echoes off of the radar sites. So it continues to be dry, and it will stay that way. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine. A few clouds around, maybe. And then as we head into our Friday, looking very nice. A few more clouds around. And for this upcoming weekend, it will be dry. It will be nice. Even heading into next week, things looking pretty nice out there. Dry and comfortable across our region for tomorrow is the weather call, if you will. Blocking high continues to be in control. The rest of this heading into the weekend, all the wet weather stays out toward the west. It just cannot make its way toward the east, and it's not going to do so anytime soon. But despite us seeing those nice and mild temperatures throughout the daytime hours, even throughout May, we can still see some pretty chilly nights. Case in point will be tonight for the 1st of May going into the 2nd of May by tomorrow morning. Notice temperatures upper 30s, lower 40s, but boy, we get nice out there temperature-wise tomorrow in the 70s. Higher elevations may struggle to make it out of the upper 60s, but still, that's not too bad. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. So we are going to get up to near 70 for tomorrow. The normally milder locations could be up to about 74, 75-ish or so. And looking pretty good for Friday, looking very nice for the weekend, and looking great, awesome, if you will, heading into the beginning part of next week. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery number is the daily 274, the big 4, 2528. Quinto numbers looking like this, 07781 with a double draw of 37950, and the cash 5 29, 38, and 40. Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Well, if you love cars, then we have a classic car show for you. L.A. Tyrone is joined by the organizer next on Late Edition.
I'm Kathy Dobash. I'm running for Luzerne County Council. I will not vote to raise taxes. I will demand the county manager lives within a budget. I will insist that our government employees share the cost of their health care. And I promise to work to improve transparency in county government by ensuring that members of council follow the Sunshine Law. Vote Kathy Dobash, Luzerne County Council. Together, let's make our county better.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
A rise in crime in our neighborhoods has triggered concern among area residents. To provide a forum for questions and a proactive approach to solutions, WYLN continues with its town meeting series at the Wilsey Center in Hazleton. These town meetings feature a panel of experts discussing the rise in crime and how to keep our neighborhoods safe. Watch the rebroadcast of the latest town meeting on WYLN. We're your local network.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazleton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Tom, you can't be serious.
Hey, good morning, neighbor. Just thought I'd pay some bills and download some tunes.
You've got DSL at your house. Go do that there.
Yeah, but your cable high-speed internet is so much faster.
Lucky me.
Oh, by the way, your mom emailed you. Man, are you in trouble.
Service Electric high-speed internet. The best internet in the neighborhood.
Join us this week on Women's Day. Our topic is surviving the loss of a loved one. We'll be joined by medium Nellie Walter, who will tell us how she finds her clients comfort and closure. Later, Beth also shares with us the loss of her son and what things that brought her a little bit of peace and how you can help friends if they've lost someone they care for. Later in the show, Chris has got a craft idea for us, and we're going to tell you who won those wonderful whitewater rafting trips. We've got more great giveaways from Lisa Lewis this week on Women Today.
Welcome back to Late Edition, and I'm joined by Mark Rossetti from the Luzerne County Historical Society. Glad you could come in tonight. Before we talk about the event this week, tell us first of all what the Luzerne County Historical Society does.
We preserve and promote the history of the entire county. We like to think of ourselves as the county's attic. We have a lot of neat stuff from the 1760s all the way up until modern times. And basically, we interpret and educate the community on the county all the way from when we were Connecticut, Westmoreland County, Connecticut.
Right. Yeah, and you also have somewhat of a working relationship with some of the local historical societies. I know the Greater Hazleton Historical Society, Wyoming Valley.
The NEPA Genealogy Society, West Pittston, Nanacoke. I mean, those are just a few. The end of June, we're actually going to have a countywide conference of all the local societies. We're going to have over 30 organizations represented. Basically, we're going to get together and try to work together on some projects and see who has what and where we can go forward in the future. And we'll also name our top 10 historic sites in the county and our top 10 endangered sites in the county, sadly.
I could pretty much guess what number one is going to be.
I don't have a vote in it, but yes, I know where you're going. The Hotel Sterling most likely will top it, yes.
And I bet the Iron Temple is on that list somewhere.
It is as well. Concrete City, things of that nature.
Oh boy, Concrete City! I forgot. You know, we never finished it. I started a documentary. I believe we were the last TV crew to be allowed in Concrete City. We did it 4 years ago, and I never got it finished. I still have the video from it though. Tell us about what's coming up this weekend.
Well, this Sunday is our 3rd annual Classic Car Show. It's going to run from 9 until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Last year we had 162 cars. We had a great turnout. The weather previous to commercial break, it looked pretty good, so we're hoping we can top that. And all the proceeds go to the society. It's $15 for entries, cars, trucks, motorcycles, anything. Doesn't matter. If it has wheels, bring it down. We want it. And you'll help save local history.
How about anybody who just wants to come in? Donation at the gate?
Well, it's free for spectators, but if you do want to make a donation, we, of course, will take that. The house will be open for tours, Wetland Homestead at a reduced rate.
Right.
And we'll have food, 50-50, prize raffle. We have some giveaways. It'll be a good time.
What we're looking at here, these are some of the cars you're expecting, right? Some of these are from last year?
Yes, some of these are from last year. The Nova previous and the DeLorean. These are both two of the winners.
A DeLorean. When's the last time you saw a DeLorean at a car show?
We do top 30 awards. It's an open class as well as People's Choice and Best of Show. So we give out 32 trophies. And these are a selection of the vehicles that won last year. That is an old gasser that used to run a Pocono Drag Lounge when it was open. Okay. So that was very cool.
We should also mention, Mark, that where this is being held is historic in itself. This is the Swetland Mansion.
It is. It is the 1803 home of the Swetland family, who were one of the most prominent families in the Wyoming Valley. Everybody's excited because Jimmy Carter's coming to the monument at the end of this Wyoming monument at the end of this month. The first president ever to go was Rutherford B. Hayes in 1878, and he stayed at the Swetland's son-in-laws. So there's kind of a neat connection there. But I mean, they were very big. They were right up there with the Kirbys and the Hollenbachs and everybody in the local
Cunninghams and some of the others. What else does the society own? You own a couple places,
We
right?
have the Denison House as well in 44 on Denison Street. We have the Bishop Memorial Library, which is on Franklin Street next to the Westmoreland Club. And we also have our museum, which is behind the Oosterhout Library, also on Franklin Street, where we just opened a Luzerne County in the Civil War exhibit, which will be up until Christmas.
I'm tight on time. If somebody wants to stop in and see the museum, what are the regular hours?
We are open Tuesday through Saturday, noon to 4. And for tours of the museum or the houses, we also do tours by request. I often do them. Our curator, Mary Ruth, often does them. And you can call us at 570-823-6244, and my extension's number 3.
Okay, let's bring up the info on the car show again. If you're headed from anywhere south of Wyoming, Swetland Homestead is right on Route 11.
You'll run right into it.
You just get on Wyoming Avenue in Kingston and just head north. You're going to run into it.
When you hit the police barracks in Wyoming, you're about a quarter of a mile away. It's the easiest way you can do it. You'll hit it. You'll see us all out on the lawn. We'll be right outside.
All right, Mark, I'm afraid I'm out of time. I appreciate you coming in tonight. Thank you very much. When we come back, FS Sports, stay here. It's late edition of WYLN.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazelton, serving the greater Hazelton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We'll be joined by Libby Cinto, who is going to tell our viewers why, if you're in pain, don't let a language barrier stop you from getting help and being the best that you can be. Her courageous story is coming up this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
On the first half of sports, we are bringing you some Schuylkill League softball. The Marion Catholic Phillies were set to play host to the Schuylkill Haven Lady Hurricanes on Monday in a cross-division matchup. That was postponed and moved to tonight, and what a game it was. Starting off tonight in the bottom of the first, third base was definitely the hot corner today. Marion's Lindsay Nemeth up to the plate. She rails one to Haven's Katie Schad, who grabs the line drive there. Next play, Bethany Schad up to bat for the Phillies. She will line drive one to Schuylkill Haven Schad, and Schad will get her own double play. Both pitchers holding the squad scoreless. That is until the bottom of the fourth. Alex Stroya on third for the Phillies. Freshman Caitlin Cowker facing Hurricane pitcher Elizabeth Bailiff. Cowker will get the single past Schuylkill Haven shortstop. Stroya will cross home plate first. Phillies up 1-0. Top of the seventh, Bethany Schad will be on the mound for the Phillies, making it difficult for the Hurricanes to score until Cheyenne Riker is called up to bat. She puts the ball in play and will get an RBI in the book, bringing Emma Schweiger in from third. She ties it up at 1. Last chance for the Phillies before extra innings. It's Kate Schad. She will make another great defensive catch for the Hurricanes at third base for out number 2. Then it's Gabby Can. She's up to bat for the Phillies. She will rip a single, but gets a second on an overthrow here. Stroya will be up to bat next. She will get hit by a pitch, so runners are going to be on first and second. Then it's Ashton Glasso in the batter's box next. She hits it to third. Haven has to eat the ball, and bases will be juiced for Marion. And it's the freshman Cowker up to bat again. She hits another to third. No one will be covering, and will score. The Phillies will take the win at home, 2-1. After the game, we pulled Marion head coach Joe D'Angela to the side and asked him about the defense-heavy game.
We had our opportunities, that's for sure, to score some runs and make life a little easier for ourselves, but for one reason or other, we couldn't add to that. Well, first of all, get the first run and then add to it later on. But it tested our mettle a little bit. That's what I told the girls, and it was a gut check time, but I think that we came through in the end.
Winning pitcher Bethany Schad has really been coming through for the Phillies tonight. She had 9 strikeouts.
She certainly, kept us even or ahead, and even when they tied it up, I was still pretty confident because of how well she was throwing.
And of course, we asked about Cowker's ability to get the bat on the ball and game.
Doesn't seem to get flustered, and she gives us a quality at bat, and they worked out well.
It's a good feeling, and you just kind of have to relax and stay balanced and adjust to every pitch. Everybody contributes, and when you're dependent upon to play and there's 2 outs, you got to do something. So you just got to get out there, bat the ball, and go for it.
Big game there for the freshmen. The Hazleton area girls were also on the field tonight. They traveled to Coughlin in Wilkes-Barre and got their 8th come-from-behind win of the season. That one, 6-3, Becky Demko, the winning pitcher. The Cougars on the mound, and all 7 innings she pitched, recording 8 strikeouts. The Hazleton area boys hosted Lake Lehman tonight. Cougars shut out the Knights 14-0. Another shutout, it's Valley West over Holy Redeemer, and Berwick edges out Wyoming area 2-1. New signings in the NFL and a possible name change when I come back with the second half of the sports, but for now, stay tuned. Lisa's back next.
Longing for the warm days of summer? Well, you can get your favorite taste of summer right now. Rita's on the Airport Road in Hazel Township is now open for the season. Check out their new ice flavors like chocolate chip cookie dough ice, plus all your favorites like gelati, mistos, blendinis, milkshakes, and new for spring, unlimited topping sundaes. Why choose just one when you can have them all for one low price? Rita's, now open. Stop in today.
The WYLN Weather Center brings you precise weather information you need to plan your day. And now you can get the latest weather conditions online anytime at WYLNTV.com. Utilizing the latest technology, meteorologist Joe Garbacic brings you the most accurate weather information available, including webcams to view current road conditions and detailed maps of our area. For a full, detailed, and accurate daily weather report, watch WYLN Weather with Joe Garbacic weekdays at 5 and 10 and online anytime at WYLNTV.com.
Recapping tonight's top stories, will Jim Thorpe remain Jim Thorpe? Gary Perna has the latest on the controversy.
This evening, residents from Jim Thorpe came out to a public meeting to hear what the borough's options are when it comes to a ruling that was handed down by a judge involving the remains of the athlete and the namesake of their town, Jim Thorpe.
Now the borough has to decide if they're going to comply with the court's order or if they're going to appeal to the Third Circuit. You have to remember, from the borough's point of view, this is the first case that says that the federal government can tell a family where they want the child to be buried, or in this case, their father to be buried. That's really what this is all about. There was a family decision. Now a tribe in Oklahoma wants to yank the Jim Thorpe out of Jim Thorpe against the wishes of the first and third families of Jim Thorpe. The borough has to decide if they're going to appeal that or where they're going to go with it.
Schwab said this case is complicated. Jim Thorpe was 3 times and was divorced twice. The children from his second marriage are suing the borough. They are joined in the suit by Sac and Fox Nation of Oklahoma, a Native American tribe that Thorpe was a member of. But the families from the first and third marriage say, let him be. It was Jim Thorpe's third wife that had an agreement with the borough to have his body buried in Jim Thorpe. Mayor Michael Solfranco told us that many of the people he spoke with say do what's best for the borough.
I think when you speak to people, the average person out there is kind of like, do what's best for the borough, do what's best for the financial side of the borough. Obviously, they don't want the borough to be tied up into many, many bills, I should say thousands of dollars. But on the same token, I think they also agree that what was promised here 60 years ago, the residents of Jim Thorpe have upheld that promise. And what our forefathers and ancestors see, they want to continue to see going on, you know, within reason.
Francis O'Donnell lived here his entire life. He remembers when Monchnunk and East Monchnunk came together to be Jim Thorpe.
Good. For the betterment, yes. It joined the 3 towns together, got everything down in Central. It was rivalry, friction between the towns.
Even the youngest members of the community came out and asked for the remains of Jim Thorpe to stay here.
As a group, we adamantly oppose the ruling on several grounds. First, we are appalled that anyone wishes to disturb Mr. Jim Thorpe's peaceful rest. Echoing the sentiments of Mr. Michael Kohler, Mr. Jim Thorpe's grandson. We agree that Mr. Jim Thorpe has been through enough disturbances during his lifetime alone, and that moving the body back to Oklahoma would be even more detrimental to his soul and memory. He has rested here for nearly 60 years, and while here he has been properly honored and respected by our own town.
If the borough decides to appeal the court's decision, this case could wind up in front of the Supreme Court.
Jim Thorpe Borough Council has until May 10th to make up their mind on whether to appeal the ruling handed down by the judge. Reporting for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. A former assistant pastor at St. Joseph's Church in Hazleton and faculty member at the former Bishop Hoban High School in Wilkes-Barre has been convicted on child sex charges. Thomas Schoback was found guilty of abusing a former altar boy while he was a priest at St. Mary's Parish in Blossburg, not far from Towanda. Now, the Tioga County District Attorney says Schoback's sentencing will be determined once the Sexual Offenders Assessment Board completes its review. Schoback could face up to 100 years in prison. And that's a look at tonight's recaps. When we come back, students recreating history via art. We'll take you to Tamaqua for the special mural. And Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And it's looking very nice over a couple of days. How nice, you might ask? I'll let you know in just a few.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Bring your dog in to trim off that winter coat. Gift certificates available for Mother's Day. A great present for Mom and her best friend. Let your dog be a lazy dog.
Hi, I'm Chef Blue. Make sure you tune in to WYLN 35. Great recipes and great Italian cuisine only on WYLN 35.
A special mural being painted by a group of local junior high school students is almost complete. Late Edition's Ann Gownley visited this special project underway in Tamaqua.
It will soon be a place where generations to come will be able to see what the Tamaqua area was and is today. Students in 7th and 8th grade at the Tamaqua Area Middle School were chosen to take part in a special mural that represents significant people, places, and things in the Tamaqua area on a large concrete wall on Lafayette Hill. Kim Woodward is the Tamaqua Area Middle School art teacher who helped bring this project to life after nearly a year or so of planning.
The preliminary was meeting with organizations, the Chamber of Commerce, Historical Society, choosing our images, researching them, drawing them out, practicing painting them 3 times until we're here doing it finally.
Woodward says it is an exciting event for all students and says they are all very talented artists.
To keep stamina up for a year, not seeing your finished product until now, it's a wonderful thing. Now that they're here and know that this is permanent for many years to come, it's really important to them.
Each student has something of their own to paint into the mural. 8th grader Mackenzie McVicker has chosen J.E. Morgan.
He gave money for the colleges, and he's like a big part of Tamaqua because some students aren't able to have enough money to go to college, and he's making it possible for teens to go to college, to LHIC.
Alexis Higgins has chosen to paint a portrait of her late father and former Tamaqua police officer.
He did a lot for the community. He volunteered for the rescue squad, and he was a police officer.
And he's going to represent the Tamaqua Police Department on this mural.
Yeah.
Rebecca Kanaski has chosen to paint an image of Jack Kehoe's gravestone that is located in Tamaqua.
He was a Molly McGuire in our town, which was this Irish group, and they were wrongly accused of a lot of things, and they're buried right over here in St. Jerome Cemetery.
Not only are the students painting a mural here on Lafayette Hill to represent the rich history of the Tamaqua area, but each of them tell us that they're learning things they never even knew.
Well, there's a lot of stuff on here that I never knew about Tamaqua, and I'm glad I learned about it, because if not, I would have been, clueless, and I thought a lot of it was interesting.
There are a lot of sites in town that they say Molly McGuire's on them, but I don't think a lot of people realize, what happened there and everything. And it was, this whole thing with the police officer that was shot while they were lighting the lampposts, which we have a lot of them here. So I didn't know any of that.
A significant amount of sponsors have been providing lunch every day for the students, paint and paint brushes, and anything else the students may need. Hopes that their community can come out to see the mural once it is finished.
I think that they should really take time and take a walk or take a slow drive by and check out all the images. Eventually this is going to be made into a line art coloring book for younger kids with information on it, but even adults can learn probably a lot about the significant images on our wall.
The mural is expected to be completed by this Friday. In Tamaqua for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Wow, special thanks to Ms. Woodward for telling us about this wonderful project and allowing us to come down today and see it in progress. We say congratulations to the kids on a great job. Well, Beth is back with sports, and Joe recaps the forecast when we come right back.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky treats, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
Washington, D.C. City Council is moving to try to force the Redskins to change their name. Councilman David Grosso calls it racist and derogatory. He wants the team to change its name to the Red Tails in honor of the Tuskegee Airmen, a pioneering group of black pilots who served in World War II. General Manager Bruce Allen said the team is proud of its name and they have no intention of changing it. Star quarterback Robert Griffin III took to Twitter to blast Rosso, tweeting, quote, "In a land of freedom, we are held hostage by the tyranny of political correctness." The San Francisco 49ers have signed Olympic discus finalist Lawrence Okoye, who had never played football. The Niners plan to train him to become a defensive lineman. He's 6'6", 304 pounds, and comes from Great Britain and runs a 40-yard dash in 4.78 seconds. Okoye says he thinks he can make an impact in the NFL. Coach Jim Harbaugh called him an Adonis. The Cubs have raised the specter of moving out of Wrigley Field. The $500 million renovation project needs public approval phase, and that they might not get it. One issue is a city limitation on advertising signage space inside the ballpark, which the Cubs wanted repealed. The Cubs have to address the variety of neighborhood concerns, including a number of night games, the size of the video board, and other things. Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts says if they can't figure things out, he will seriously look at moving the Cubs. They've played in Wrigley Field since 1916. And the Milwaukee Bucks have fired interim coach Jim Boylan. Boylan went 22-28 with the Bucks, who slumped at the end of the season, then were swept out of the playoffs by the Miami Heat. GM John Hammond said he thought it was in the best interest of the organization to seek a new coach. Now let's check out some of those NBA scores from the playoffs tonight. New York still leads the series, but the Celtics bring it to 3-2 tonight with their win. Pacers blowing up the Hawks with just under 2 left at last look, and Houston leading OKC going into the half. Tonight kicks off 3 more series in the NHL playoffs. Brewers win. Isles are shut out by the Pens. and it's scoreless thus far between San Jose and Vancouver. Moving to the baseball diamond, the Fightin' Blues to Portland 2-1 in the day game, and New Britain and Akron both win tonight. No games in the International League, so moving right to the majors. Minnesota and the Angels get W's. The Phils shut down by the Tribe 6-0. Yankees win 5-4. Red Sox rock the Blue Jays 10-1. White Sox lead the Rangers 5-2. The Rays trail by 3 in the ninth, and Seattle with the 1-run advantage in the second. National League, Marlins fell to the Mets earlier today. Pirates win 6-4, and the Reds fall to the Cardinals. Nationals blank the Braves. Cubs win over the Padres. D-backs lead the Giants 3-1. And lastly, the Rockies lead the Dodgers in the second 3-2. Joe's coming back next after the break with the rest of your weather.
Turkey Farm, we are family owned and operated for over 45 years, and we consistently strive to produce premium poultry. We offer the finest all-natural country poultry, antibiotic-free, all-vegetarian fed with superior weight and exceptional flavor. So we invite you to experience the unique natural taste of our poultry for your enjoyment and your health. Give us a call or stop in today. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazleton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314.
Well, temperatures will continue to fall again through the overnight hours. Going to be another chilly night across all of our viewing area. We're at 50 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions. Outside our station in Hazleton, pressure on the high side as high pressure builds in 30.36 inches of mercury. Live 35 Skycast Doppler statewide. Nothing to show you. It continues to be dry across all of the state of Pennsylvania. We have some nice weather, temperature-wise, across the Northeast. Not this case as you head toward the north-central part of the nation. Temperatures only in the 30s, 40s, and mid to upper 20s in Denver. And this whole area here throughout the month of April, that has been the territory where it has actually been below average. Across the Northeast, temperatures were actually near normal throughout April. Temperatures right now, 58 degrees, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 49 in Mount Pocono, 55 in Philadelphia, 60 in Williamsport, 53 in Selinsgrove, and it's still 66 in Pittsburgh. Up in the Wyoming Valley area from Nanticoke to Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, and Hazleton. Temperatures, again, be in the 50s, some locations near 60, looking very nice out there. But again, those temperatures will continue to fall across our area through tonight with clear to mostly clear skies. No precipitation to talk about. In fact, Skycast precipitation and clouds. We're going to see an increase in some of those clouds, especially as we start going into our Friday, but no rain. And as we head into this upcoming weekend, a mix of clouds and sunshine. It will continue to stay dry across our region. Comfortable conditions, dry conditions, and we stay dry. The dry spell and that persistent high stays with us right through this weekend. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire guys at the Division of Art Electric. So it's looking very nice. As we are now officially in May, and starting out May for the first week or so on a very, very nice note with temperatures in the 60s, some locations near 70 degrees. But you see some of those overnight lows, still chilly, but that's typical for this time of year.
Wow, nice forecast. We can't complain. And I know Mark Rossetti that was here earlier is thrilled with that forecast for the big car show this Sunday that's going to be taking place. Perfect day to get out and see all the beautiful cars. A lot of nice events going on this weekend, so they're very lucky.
As always.
The weather doesn't always cooperate, so hopefully it will cooperate from now on in.
We hope.
So you planning anything big for the weekend? I'm already thinking weekend.
You're already thinking it's only not even Thursday. Well, it will be Thursday about from now.
That went pretty fast this week. Not too shabby. We'll take it. So, of course, the weather's nice. It'll go faster, right? Hopefully. Well, no, not if I want to keep the weather around. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
You want to keep me around here, right? Or,
helping your dollars go further every day. Stay here for fantastic bargains. This is Penny's Classifieds from WYLN TV 35.
8 years serving the Hazleton area in his new location at 1090 North Church Street, Unit 2 in Hazel Township. Carmen Chiropractic also has a massage therapist on staff for your convenience. Wendy Reinmiller